Hello and welcome. In today's video, I am going to be making a steampunk inspired dress out of this brown bedsheet. Now this video is sponsored by Firmu Optical. So before we start making the dress, I'm going to throw it over to sponsor Stephanie. Today's video is sponsored by Firmu Optical. Firmu Optical is an online retailer that specializes in stylish, affordable, and high-quality eyewear. They make sure that you don't have to choose between affordability and looking good. Now I know that I am not the only person who needs eyeglasses. Did you know that over 166 million people in the United States alone need prescription eyewear? Now whether you have an astigmatism, you need eyeglasses for reading, driving, or even working on the computer all day. Glasses are more than just a necessity. They're a way of life and a part of your everyday look. Now what I love about Firmu is how easy it is to find the perfect pair of glasses. You can browse through the categories based upon shape, size, color, even gender. And right now, Firmu is running an incredible Black Friday deal. That's buy one get one free and 25% off lenses. Right now is the perfect time to upgrade your eyewear or snag a gift for someone you love. Use my promo link down in the description as well as here on the screen and my code WSJT50 at checkout. With prices this good, you can grab a pair of glasses for any occasion, and to go with every outfit. The glasses that I am wearing are the Shirley 003 in emerald green. They have a cute little charm here on the side. So what are you waiting for? Head over to firmu.com, check out their amazing selection, and don't forget to use my promo link and code down in the description below. And again, here on the screen. And I want to thank Firmu so much for sponsoring today's video. And now, without further ado, let's get to constructing and sewing this dress. Now I thrifted this bed sheet from Goodwill for $1.99. It is a queen size sheet, so I should have plenty of fabric to work with. Now the pattern that I'm going to be using today is this Vogue V9328. I used it for my orange dress right here, and I absolutely loved it. But I will be making some additional modifications, but more on that later. Right now, let's get to laying out the pattern pieces and cutting them out. Once the pattern pieces are laid out on the fabric, I'm going to pin them in place and begin with cutting off the hemmed top portion of the sheet. This is going to end up being the waistband, so we're going to put that aside for now and cut out all of the pieces. Now that they're all cut out, I begin meticulously laying each piece right sides together and pinning them in place, starting with the skirt. Every skirt needs pockets, so I'm cutting a very large ovular piece larger than my hand. Moving on to the bodice, I again am putting the right sides together and pinning them down. Once everything is pinned together, I will move on to the sewing machine and sew it all together using a simple straight stitch. I sew my darts into the bodice and move on. It is time now to move on to the waistband. First, I iron roughly a 5/8 inch seam allowance around the sides. This will hide the ends of the fabric so that when the skirt is encased in the waistband, there will be no raw edges and it will finish nicely. See? That's nice. Then I sew a straight stitch right on top of the waistband. Now I'm moving on to the sleeves, starting with ironing the cuffs similarly to the waistband. The sleeve ends will be encased in the cuffs. I gather the ends of the sleeves with a gathering stitch made by hand, and I pin the cuffs to the sleeves, then sew them on, as well as sewing the sleeve together. Now that the sleeves are sewn together, I am going to take each sleeve and pin it to the armhole in the bodice, right sides together, then sew. Now for the fun part. I sewed 2 channels into the seam allowance in the front of the skirt. Using the small hemmed parts of the sheet as ribbons, I will be using this bobby pin to thread them through the channels. This is what is going to be creating the bunching effect to the finished skirt. Finally, it is time to add the finishing touches. I will add 5 buttons to the back of the skirt to close it, as well as the cuffs, and hand embroidering the grommet holes, using a ribbon to enclose the bodice like a corset. Now that the dress is done, it is time for the reveal. Well, she is all done, and I have to say, I love this. Now this is the part of the video where I'm going to be doing the wrap up. Things that I don't really have anything bad to say about. I love this. This is awesome. Just 10 out of 10. We'll do it again. Now I did use the same pattern that I used for my orange dress. It's the Vogue, I think V9328. Something, maybe the numbers are switched around, but that's roughly what it is. I will put a link down below in the description for the pattern that I have for the dress that I made. Now per the pattern, it is a one-piece dress. I do like to have two-piece dresses. So I have the bodice and I have the skirt. I like the versatility option where I can mix and match it with other things. The skirt would look really good with the orange bodice, I do believe. Have not tried it yet, but I do believe that it would look nice. Orange and brown complement each other. Now I did not set out to make this dress to look like a steampunk outfit, but it looks really good. And it was just a happy accident that it turned out to look so steampunk, but I love it. A few of the modifications that I did make for this outfit was, number one, I made the sleeves more voluminous. They are larger than the orange bodice that I previously made. I like poofy sleeves. It does use a lot of fabric, but I did have plenty. Another modification that I made was I added 4 additional panels on the skirt, made it more voluminous. Voluminosity is the key here. And the last modification that I made was adding the channels here in the front of the skirt. So I used the seam allowance that was for the panels, and basically I just took the seam allowance and I sewed it in place flat. And when doing that, I was able to create these channels for the ribbon here. And the ribbon that I'm using is it's the side hem from the bed sheet. So I just cut it off the sheet and using it as ribbon works perfectly fine. I can adjust the gathers, making them shorter or even longer. One thing that I do need to do is go through with a lighter because I didn't reinforce the sewing on these, so therefore they are fraying quite a bit. But just a run of a lighter, I'll burn those off, no big deal. I think the only thing, it's not even an issue or discretion, but the skirt's too long. It's just me being really small, which I did have also an issue with the orange dress that I made, was that it was too long, but I cut off, I think, 3 inches of that one. I didn't cut any length off of this one. Having the gathers in it definitely helped to pull it up, therefore I'm not tripping on it. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but I can see my purple socks poking through my little booties. Now, I am not one for wearing a crap load of makeup. I really don't. All I really wear is eyeshadow and mascara. I rarely even do eyeliner. I just do not like a lot of makeup. But I did my best to create the steampunk type look, the browns and golds and white that I incorporated into my eyeshadow, and then I added some lip gloss. I would definitely give this dress 10 out of 10. Now that is all that I have for this video. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me while I made it. I also want to thank Firmoo Optical for sponsoring this video. Down in the description below, there will be a promo link and promo code for you to use at Firmoo Optical. If you choose to use the link and code, I will earn a small commission off of any glasses that you do buy. The commission that I receive from your purchase does go back into my channel, allowing me to be able to recreate and make these outfits for your entertainment and for my pleasure. So your purchase will help to support this channel. I am slowly building up my autumn and winter wardrobe, and I am absolutely loving the outfits that I am creating. I do hope that I can inspire you to create your own outfits or buy secondhand rather than putting your money into today's fast fashion. Now it is time for me to go make dinner. Again, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.